Tbilisi, the heart of Georgia, is ablaze. Not with fire, but with fury. A collective outcry that reverberates through the city's ancient streets. Tens of thousands have taken to the streets, their voices a thunderous roar echoing through the historic avenues, demanding change and accountability. Georgian flags flutter like a sea of red and white, a powerful symbol of national pride and defiance, waving high above the heads of the determined crowd. They are united in anger, in frustration, in a deep sense of betrayal, their faces etched with determination and resolve. At the heart of their discontent lies a contested election, a result they refuse to accept, believing it to be marred by fraud and corruption. The air crackles with tension, a palpable sense of unease hanging heavy over the city as protesters clash with police in a battle of wills. This is not just a protest, it is a nation on edge, demanding justice, demanding their voices be heard and their grievances addressed. The epicenter of this maelstrom is the iconic Parliament building, a symbol of Georgian democracy now besieged by its own people, a stark reminder of the power of the populace. The chants are deafening, a cacophony of slogans demanding a recount, demanding transparency, demanding their votes be respected, echoing through the corridors of power. Among them are students, their faces a mixture of idealism and disillusionment, the future generation fighting for a fair and just society. There are mothers and fathers, their anxieties etched in their features, worried for the future of their children in a country teetering on the brink, hoping for a better tomorrow. And there are the elderly, their faces weathered by years of struggle, who have witnessed Georgia's turbulent past and fear a return to darker times, standing firm in their resolve. This is a cross-section of Georgian society, united in their belief that their democracy has been hijacked, standing together in solidarity, determined to reclaim their nation's future. At the heart of the protests lie accusations of a brazen manipulation of the democratic process, a process that many believe has been compromised to its very core. The opposition, a coalition of parties with differing ideologies but united in their opposition to the ruling Georgian Dream Party, alleges widespread electoral fraud. They argue that the election was marred by numerous irregularities that call into question the legitimacy of the results. They claim the election was rigged from the outset, designed to maintain the grip of the ruling party on the levers of power. According to them, the entire electoral process was a sham, orchestrated to ensure a predetermined outcome that favored the incumbents. Their evidence, a litany of irregularities, of voter intimidation, of ballot stuffing, of a system designed to silence dissent and manufacture a predetermined outcome. They present a compelling case, citing numerous instances where the democratic process was allegedly subverted. President Salome Zurabishvili, a figurehead with limited powers but a powerful moral voice, has added her weight to the accusations. Her involvement has brought a new level of attention to the issue, highlighting the gravity of the situation. She has publicly denounced the election as a sophisticated system of fraud, her words a searing indictment of the ruling party and its alleged attempts to subvert the will of the people. Her statements have not only galvanized the opposition, but also drawn international attention to the crisis. She points to the electronic voting system, used for the first time in Georgia, as being particularly susceptible to manipulation. This new technology, intended to modernize the voting process, has instead become a focal point of controversy and suspicion. Her allegations, delivered with the gravitas of her office, have resonated deeply with the protesters, further fueling their anger and their determination to see justice served. The streets are filled with passionate calls for transparency and accountability as the nation grapples with the fallout of these serious accusations. The international community, long invested in Georgia's democratic trajectory, has watched the unfolding crisis with growing alarm and concern. International observers, dispatched to monitor the election and ensure a fair and transparent process, have added their voices to the growing chorus of concern. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, a key international organization promoting democracy and human rights, released a report noting significant procedural violations and a lack of transparency in the electoral process. Their findings, while not explicitly declaring the election rigged, have cast a long shadow over the legitimacy of the results. The OSCE report, meticulously detailed and widely respected, has provided further ammunition to the opposition and fueled calls for a full and independent investigation. The international community's concerns, once muted whispers of caution, have transformed into a loud and clear demand for accountability and transparency.
The OSCE report has really highlighted significant procedural violations and a lack of transparency in the process. These findings, although not directly stating the election was rigged, certainly cast doubt over the legitimacy of the results. It's crucial that these concerns are addressed for the sake of democratic integrity and trust.
From the hallowed halls of Brussels to the corridors of power in Washington, the international community has spoken with remarkable unity, emphasizing the need for justice and transparency in the electoral process. The European Union, a key partner for Georgia and a beacon of democracy, has expressed deep concern over the electoral process, urging for a transparent and fair investigation to uphold democratic values. The United States, a long-standing supporter of Georgian sovereignty, has echoed these sentiments, calling for a thorough and impartial investigation into the allegations of fraud. This call for action underscores the importance of maintaining the integrity of democratic institutions. The message is clear: the world is watching, and the Georgian government's actions will have consequences. The international community is closely monitoring the situation, and any deviation from democratic principles will not go unnoticed. These are not idle threats, but a reflection of the high stakes involved. The voices of the people, demanding justice and transparency, resonate across borders, highlighting the universal desire for fair governance. Georgia, strategically located at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, has long been a pivotal player in a volatile region. Its geopolitical significance cannot be overstated, making its stability crucial for regional and global security. Its stability, its commitment to democratic values, has implications far beyond its borders. The peaceful protests and rallies in Georgia are a testament to the people's unwavering commitment to democracy. The international community's response, therefore, is not just about Georgia. It is about defending the very principles of democracy and the rule of law in a world increasingly defined by authoritarianism and the erosion of democratic norms. The solidarity shown by global leaders underscores the importance of standing together in the face of such challenges.
The international community's response is not merely about Georgia. It is about upholding the very principles of democracy and the rule of law. This collective stance sends a powerful message to all nations about the importance of maintaining democratic integrity. The stakes are incredibly high, and the world is indeed watching very closely. The unfolding events in Georgia serve as a critical reminder of the global commitment to justice, transparency, and democratic values.
As the protests continue to escalate, the specter of instability looms over Georgia.
We are here because we believe in our democracy. We cannot let our country fall into chaos.
Amidst the turmoil, Georgia's aspirations for closer ties with Europe are at risk.
The political unrest could jeopardize Georgia's European integration. Stability is crucial for any future negotiations.
The government categorically denies any wrongdoing in the election process. We have followed all legal procedures and ensured transparency at every step.
Despite these assurances, many Georgians remain skeptical, believing that their voices have not been heard.
It's not just about the election results anymore. This is about the future of our democracy and whether we can trust those in power.
The divide between the government and the people seems to be growing wider, with each side firmly entrenched in their positions.
If this political crisis isn't resolved soon, it could have long-lasting effects on Georgia's stability and its international relationships.
The stakes are incredibly high, and the world is watching closely to see how Georgia navigates this challenging period.
We need dialogue, not division. It's crucial for the government to listen to the people and address their concerns.
I agree. Only through open communication and mutual respect can we hope to find a solution that benefits everyone.
As tensions continue to simmer, the call for unity and understanding grows louder, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the turmoil. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more trending news.